So near my shame when you not many amount also someone is I cannot pay any day bremo Cassaway, what think of yourself and then in the internet so www.bossfmghana.com tuning radio so betty and cap I feel Boss TV live also casino I'm so I don't pay and somebody bremo no door so David Makote be in it and rank high court about your four quasitra na semo muku buaye efa special prosecutor and same be anu ye hwimu any fa Canada mo na oda customs edmeku ano any la bianca ye omokra tin tomatoes ni ade ba na high court no kire special prosecutor ni ho kwan so ye hwimu bia fa Canada mo any mpanifo e ka ne ho enso ensem emu onyanfo abankins for smana baben ya ye speaker of parliament chamina homra shabe fie mu akasetia mampani na ekufuado se emra ye sesem so bi di bone a ye de bi di no Ghana ha no aban ebu na ni egu so wohwe se betimi abemu enso entem Era Comfort Kuju ono so eye NDC afem kwiketo ano womo pani abedi echi ba ko mra sebejam wode ato edwa se wo se abaye nhye na eto a ye be ye free sanitary pad so no utimi edimo fi se nye manfom so se sebe bosome so a na omo ecofiture Bank of Ghana mpanifo e de atodwa se niema border sora e wo soro ye no so ntibosia hu nsi ho no wonte so animanim ye age se eye kakra ye firi ho na se ekọ amahodo so ensemu enso a Enra Israel ne Hamas fo ntemo ntokwa no omasa ate ase bi o se nansa obi antutu se be ya obenya kwan na omojai nipa awachum no ama enra abaniampa Palestinian fo do se ayoyo ama omasa jai Israel ma na de hye nipa eduba ko se wonfa wo honkodi we ene nsempi na betra no pay kase we enti kase bo no nchiremu bebre kakranie na ebeto odwa se Colonel Damwa ya na oye opening pa Customs SIS and Preventive Service adwumako wono ene da no wone npenifo e kan ho adwuma no ba ko yo no Joseph Aduchei omo afa nkuntura sai nema bia ensamfata ye ne se adwumako bi e friend La Bianca omo ekratin tomatoes ne mahodo pi ne ba memo ne to wo so mutua no Colonel Damwa ene Joseph Aduchei na omo ma adwuma no entua sa to no eno to special prosecutor ye nhwemu no na wosesen eka e wose La Bianca adwumako ntua na omo etua na numu no na ehwemu ya special prosecutor ye no so say Colonel Damwa ya no da service adwumaku ano ne Joseph Aduchei no ene me bi omo ye no enso ni etiamra ye no nti obetim de omo afamra kwan so we na nam so e ma Colonel Damwa wone opani ye okan ho wode asem no koda nkra high court say special prosecutor so waka fa no nye no kre nti court no ka bi vincha special prosecutor say we mu bi o ye say omo ama obi entu ato esefata ma aban no nyadia eso ani na no ene nra nkra high court a asemi da omani mu no omkwa assistant omchire mu se adwuma de ma special prosecutor no enye no no ye se aban tie adwumaku bi a ye kire ni ma otumi ye no na waso hwe so na ye na mo se special prosecutor koye nhwemu fa ura kana kwadwodamwa ene Joseph Aduchei ho no amfamra kwan so saa so no na gya court no gina so nora na wo hye se free saa break kro no special prosecutor ni ho kwan so be nhwemu bia de afa kana kwadwodamwa na afa Joseph Aduchei ho na asemi to odwanora no na special prosecutor de krata babonten se wone court no enya adwen na asemu a court bu aye no wo mamuo ne ye efi se tumi ye de ma special prosecutor no otimi hwehwemu fa asem bia efa dwirim de ne kata hyede ho de omo ye no omo anye bone bia na bra di asem bi enura ya special prosecutor so wonte ase no na Colonel Kwadwodamwa lawyer ni okudwitwaje no okodi nasema no high court wo Bob Sanyela woni sentwerofo edi nkomo no chire mu se court no edi no kre na eye adwuma.
We felt that they had been treated unfairly, and in law we felt it was time for us to seek a certiorari to quash the report, because that particular report exposed Colonel Kwadwodamwa and Joseph Aduchei as, I would use the word criminals, because they had committed offenses and had been found guilty or culpable by the office of the special prosecutor. They were taken on in the media and tried by the courts of public opinion for almost 2 weeks. They were subjected to various statements of, in fact, undeserving remarks, which portrayed them as criminals who had committed crimes, and the special prosecutor had found them guilty. So we went for judicial review in the High Court to quash that report for the special prosecutor having acted ultra virus or acted beyond his mandate. And that is where we found him to have acted ultra virus beyond his mandate. We are not challenging him in performing his duties. That's why the office has been created. He is to perform duties, but not the way he performed them against my clients. The judge is His Lordship Justice William Buampong.
We a lawyer Bob Sinale, ya wone kujina ma Canada mwa na otening king.
Yede ani kyeremu e wo my Ghana mraship dwafie mu na afie mu July abusum ne beto dwase mraship dwafo akwa asetena ama wono ma jemra bia to my friend say Criminal Offences Amendment Bill na enmani mu nsam nyina ne so ba Ghana hanom a wonim se wode ani kyeremu sirmenti fido mantamo a se wo ya abrewa ne ebo obayi a ne obusuafo bedi wani a ya wo mahye da tibia bia romance afo no e na akwati witches camp wono ma so wo ya abrewa ne ebo obayi ne de wakoto wono sira be ya obusuafo nso murunku onye sirem nko a wo ba ya fam hanom a ye taabo mame ne papa no bayi a enya comment sanje no ene nam soma Madina mraship joni yewura lawyer Xavier Susuni nuan pempa mra bi se sa ne ma na ekoso Ghana wasi ahye mra ne editia so obi antimi obi bayi oha ne e bru bi ne eku bi ne ade no ne no ene ko mraship jafie no onuan mraship jafo nso gitum se no kre ye gitum bebo ye pa no magye atuma wie no akase mampani de ne nsa be hye ase na aye mra ne ahye ase de di dwuma ne nso akoto mampani animu efri July abosumi no be si ne ye ne nte ho asem bia ne no ene Speaker of Parliament yewura Alban Kingsford Sumana ba be di tudwa se wadi mampani ho ye pa se Ghana mraship jafo atena se apempam samra papa we di abase fansa sha ase keke na ensha se nya adwuma na obi ni ho kwan so bebo bi bayi wa ha na ebru bi ye de bi bo asofie ni ade ebo chenmu ni ade no eno so tuo betwa mampani ade na beda wani mu a onje ho adwuma ade ne se na sane ma na mampani ye no enya de Speaker of Parliament o se nani age ho ye kra.
It is the majority leader who spoke to me about the bill. And he has sight of it and he saw that what has been compiled, there are problems with it. So I even directed the clerk at table to go through the deliberations and decisions of the House to see whether those are the decisions that have been captured in the bill.
93.7.
Well, I presided, and I can attest to the fact that the House did a very good job. The final day, the majority leader was not available. But Parliament has established a department called a legislation office, and they are called upon to capture what happens here before they send it to the draft department for them to compile the decisions of the House in the form of the bill. So there's a process, there's a procedure of doing this. And for us not to even receive any communication from the presidency, even to acknowledge receipt or to say they have problem with it, that definitely is unacceptable.
Speaker of Parliament yewura Alban Kingsford Sumana Babe ne yetini ke no wie no ena panipa odadom kese na no soame mraship dwani unimnyamfo se chairman sabonsudi tu dwase enya mampani buapaye na mpanifo so oba kire adwaya na oye ne hu ye niama ne nkrata ne de betu mampani ni mu no mampani nso na lawyer fo do moni fam mo se mia bi hono mo a chimato ne mfunso kakra wo munti afi no mo sensan ase no masan abo kire dia bre mraship dwafo se we ni ehu ye a ye hu no se ye de bagana emmo wanti no mpanifo nya argument nyese bia mampani
Cabinet involving the legislative unit of Parliament, that is the office and our prospects, we saw that what had happened was not the best. Mr. Speaker, when it was communicated to you, you yourself realized that no, it looks like maybe the print out rather was what came out with the problems. We compared and realized that no, perhaps maybe because it was rushed through Parliament or whatever, there were these difficulties that Parliament did not notice. And so, in order not to embarrass Parliament, we were to have this engagement with the President. We've not found space to have that engagement. I think that is where we are. And I think, left to the President, assenting to it will not be a difficulty. What will be the results? That Parliament did not do a good job of it? Is that what we want to be visited on us? So I think that the space should be created immediately. Because it's not only this one, there's another matter that I believe that we can sort it out with the President so that we move on.
Say chairman sabon susu amemrashi bidwani ne etenin kan.
Amradi oda omeska krabia kese Bank of Ghana no enra we hia sentrofo said e bosumi bia wo ye no be kire se Ghana sikasem no nneɛma epagya ekoyi anaasɛ nneɛma ɛsote na deɛ anamanfo nyinaa hwɛ kwan yɛ policy rate yɛ na kyerɛ bosia ho nsi ho yɛ asa okos kakra bi akɔgye bosia ɛde ma Ghana mem sɛ Bank of Ghana for pagya wɔn die mu a na kyerɛ sɛ wɔso kos kakra bi na akɔpɛ bosia no bi a wɔn bɛtum ama wo na sɛ Bank of Ghana bosia ho nsi ho da homa bopɛn duasa 30% yɛ kyerɛ sɛ wɔso kos kakra bi a wɔn mmɔ bosia wɔ bra wɔbɛnya nsi ho no na ɛbɛba fam akyɛnsa na brɛ nura Dr. Enes Addison yɛ ɔyɛ amrado da Bank of Ghana no ne sentro kasa no ɛna ɔkyerɛ mu sɛ Ghana sika sɛm no top bunu mu kra na sɛ nneɛma yie ɛne sɛ inflation sɛ de ne to nneɛma bo mu ntentem no ɛso ɛte ne mum ɛda so awosoro yɛ sɛ ohwɛ inflation nneɛma nto mu bo no a ɛda homa bu pɛn aduasanum ɛne akyire pospe no 35.2% wɔse no kra na wɔsoro ɛno nti ɛnya ade abosia nsi ho no wɔbɛte so sesei ebi sɛ bosia nsi ho no wɔsoro a obi antimi ngres kakra bia so akɔgyi sika na mesika begu o men bebre ama nneɛma bo akɔso ne mum ɔmo hwɛ kwan sɛ nneɛma bɛba fam kakra ansa na bosia nsi ho no ɔmbɛte so a ɔmo ate so.
In line with the tighter monetary policy stance, in October 2023, headline inflation declined to 35.2%, further down from 38.1% in September and 40.1% in August 2023. These trends were supported by broad-based deceleration in prices of items in the consumer basket. The decline in October's inflation was driven by both food and non-food prices. Food inflation declined to 44.8% in October 2023 from 49.3% in September, while non-food inflation eased further to 27.7% from 29.3% over the same comparative period. Core inflation has also eased significantly, reinforcing the broad deceleration in prices. All core inflation measures monitored by the bank declined, with the bank's main core inflation measure, which excludes energy and utility, decelerating to 36.2% in October from 39% in September and 41% in August 2023. Similarly, inflation expectations of banks, consumers, and businesses all eased in October 2023. Fiscal policy implementation for the first half of the year has been in line with the performance criteria under the IMF ECF supported program.
We Dr. Enes Addison, Amrado Domestic Krabia Kessie, Bank of Ghana and
Yenim say na watwe be mienu atwam asoafo ho esikasem so ewura kan ofuri atade Ghana akoma sika afimpi mienu ene aduonu nan ho nsem beto Ghana fo ni minim so kan nsem kakra de fa to ahodo aban eye ede afini ma bi eso bi eye sanitary pad no ya moase amade mo omase bra ombosome enso asono mu gu moja mu no na enumu na beto dwa so do ni kire mo adan abato mpasua so ewo apue mantemu fm ho no mo aba pani on emrahye bdani odomnyamfo comfort doyo kujo edeni abriye pa se ewo sa aban so yi to no e de free sanitary pad ye no Ghana so de nenso dodo no a ho no mo e kradi free am no na eba enti wo kom rahye fie no wankɔ saa kwa o de sanitary pad bi koye e no de eye ntomago e na afie niema bi amade ye omho bi kɔ kyerɛ rahye biafo se mo hwe menuanom e ma bosome so a enye yemfo so sasa bi begu moja e nyankopɔn bɔ ade obobre saa na oye no etisika obasa na se bi a niema de be ya simu no se aban de to so a na aban ohun ye mobɔ ne ye ni ye kura nti o sre aban se enye se ebi and panic party no egan hankwa no yisu to na emom de ekra from on ya ba no do osumum no enne wo sa aban hwe to bi eda so bi oyi free so na bosome so a ema so anya bi di akwaha na omo so ehu ne die no enso atimi akonkan sei na ba pani comfort doyo kujo ede asrede no to aban ni mu
zero tax on condom. The same thing we are pleading that for women this is our pride. And it is not our fault to menstruate. These rural communities are suffering when it comes to menstruation. This is 20 Ghana in the market. And I spoke to the girls in the rural communities. I want to run myself as vice chairperson for the women caucus in this house. And I asked them how they afford to get it. And the women told me those who have 4 girls said, I have 4 girls who are in their poverty stage and they are menstruating. They cannot use 100 Ghana a month to buy for them because they cannot afford 3 square meals for them in a day. So what they resort to is to use this one for them. And Mr. Speaker, this is what the girls in the rural communities are using. That's why we are crying that allow them to also get this one free of charge. Mr. Speaker, after inquiry, this is not disposable. They wash it. After using, they wash it. And because they feel shy to hang it in the dry sand, they hang it in their rooms. We are crying. We are pleading. It's a pity. Go and investigate. Mr. Speaker, I will tender the 2 evidence. This one is something that is nature. It's nature. Nature that is hunting these women.
Adam Rashibjani Urminyamfo Comfort Do Kujo eni atini ke no wie no na soafo be de che ho esikasem so maame abena o se asare nso di tu dwa so no so ye oba ni bi no ni matete ni akaka de amako mbra ombosom ya so nenso eno ti na aban de atu dwa se sanitary pad e na organa no wayisu to na aboa amanyuko bebiri ro ho ahye bi no mo aye bibiri e wa ha.
We all as women appreciate this, and that is why government as a first step is taking out or removing the taxes on these locally manufactured sanitary towels. And as a first step, Mr. Speaker, all the raw materials that are used, that are imported to produce sanitary towels, we are bringing the revenue measure to Parliament to take out the import duties. And also, Mr. Speaker, beyond that, the locally manufactured ones too, government is taking out the VAT. And that is the first step because, Mr. Speaker, these businesses will also have to thrive. And so we need to start from somewhere. And that is why government is taking up these initiatives to introduce these ones. Mr. Speaker, in as much as we share in the plight of this, clearly we have to start from somewhere.
Onomanyamfo abna osei asare ena yetini kena chamehine mamrashi bidofie yewra Urban Kingsford Sumana Babe nso di tudwa se arehu ye pa se Ghana mpempenso ayedre sanitary pad board ndende ya ma se bo mu nkurunkumani nkurase mu no se bo mbu omo so munya bibi kakra emfa nkwa ha o masini mu na ode atudwa se braso sa abanhwe na eto bi eda pad so ye krafra mu ne ba bia wonyini nyina na yentimi nka bebre na afema bi enya bi enye omo ho yi.
It is not right to tax the period of any woman. It's not right. Tax the period. When you tax sanitary pads and pads, it's taxing their period. But the proposal has come to eliminate it, and that is what we are looking at. She is just buttressing the point why you should propose those things because of the reality. So she is not against the proposals, but she is trying to let you see that you are right in making those proposals, but there's still something more to be done. That's all what she's saying. So I want to assure you that we will hear from the women. The women will actually be here in Parliament to present a petition. We will hear from the women. And I think that, yes, as we cry for more, we also need to take care that we have a transitional period, a roadmap that will ensure that there is no shortage in the country. Yes, there are 3 countries. There were 3 countries locally manufacturing the sanitary pads and the rest. One had to relocate because of the cost of doing business. With what has happened, we will definitely get the person coming back, the company coming back to Ghana.
Speaker of Parliament, Yera Abambabin Yetininkin.
Asokwa Municipal Assembly enra o maye dwumade kase bia ma sebe womu a omwadi dem womu akwa no bi people living with disability nipa maku do nwotwe na omo ache omo eniema ebi enya refrigerator ye fridge kase a obetim dia ton suo ne dokodokosa womo nso a omo asua mpaboa ye woche omo shoe making machine na bi enso enya sika ene ma hodo pia sebe nipa edi dem be du nwotwe omo nso omo trafa akono do omo setim ye bibi ntino omatimi aye ne made abom na Bankra Chepeni MCO da Asokwa Municipal Assembly ano onyamfo Akwani Asajuma ede eto sa nipa yenim se omomoden se niema a wode ama wo mo no omo nso betimi edi aye bibi na sebe omo de apewa anu duane na timi abo ama omo nso atimi edi asetremu wode to sa nipa ye omo didem nso anim se sika ne de ma omo a na momampeni na ekufu adaban so na assembly no enso etwa sika bi a yetime de ma wo mo adidem so omo nso mfanya adwuma nemo omo nyoma bi se sika omoje na omo de atoduane adi nemo omo nso betimi de aye bibi na afi niema edi ama omo no omo nso betimi enso de aye bi aba omo bra na mai mu baako rafos na friye wakanipa du nwotwe a omunya asa chefen wono nso wonya force bill ya no nso betimi aton na won nso ede abon ho bra wono nso de tudwa se sei adwuma wono nso woye no we betimi aboa na ma onko da obi na ono nso nam so betimi enso amaso kwoje niema obi ho a otimanya sika na wode etua afoforo nso kasa ya omunyina akire omonigye se Asokwa Municipal Assembly no etimi adwere won ho na waye ne meyama wo yeni kentie onyamfo Akwani Asajuma Bankra Chepeni a wohwe Asokwa Municipal Assembly no so ensem a wode etudwa
mubaya jumajen no sebe ba bukan muwa mubaya jumajen no ya dibibe kan ya beje bible kan say wa mubaya jumajen no muwa na jumajen ya beje o dia na be kan mo dia muwa mu ya jumajen no nyine mo ho emre bi dunia hu say mu ya jumajen a be pesika ni bi asakam na muwa ubia nkoye ubia ju say Edi mana kwenu basabasa wa ni obi yenu ye enye yenu nyano enyi ye ti wa bi do mo bia rese u de koye eduma pa na bo se be ya Boss FM I said ye o kapa na masi
we aya Bankra Chepeni a wono na ehwe Asokwa Municipal Assembly so MC unyamfo Akwani Asajuma na otene nka no na wie ye no na wo mu omunya emu echefen wo mu baako ye edika bondin ewra fosi na ono nso kasa ekire nigi a wo anya se niema a wo nsa kan ebeboa wo ewa wo nso etimenye bibia ye na wo de abo ho bra wo nan obia nso ebi wono nso sei na okae
Boje. Efreme Faustina.
Ya kasa. Faustina den.
Efriye.
Okay. Na enede na unya e.
Oh, na me adom ne akuma pa nya me na so bia do me nya force bill a me so me koton bia ko hye me pa.
Okay. Na oye de ansa na omdi we ma o.
Me ba cho me je force bill no wo sister bi ho krum na me ton wi a me din sika akoma. Te se de nya me adom mama me nya dwetra metime de aye adwuma hye akola.
We Ralphus na free na opani a ono so da social welfare asoya no enso Asokwa municipality o Radix Frimpong ono so say no kai
Boss FM. Good morning. Edu omo so a ye de support ma omo twitwidie so pa se de be ye omo so abrabo omo bo no e be tumpon na akona nim na aye krabehwe enti na ohu ye ne a na eno ho djuma na ye die e bi mo request for fair je ye ni success e hu se hu hia se e be ya omo ye shoe so pe shoe materials omo de be ye ba akoso so ye welder ono so pe ho ne ma o de be ye e bi so ton force ya je ho ne ma e bi so education support and so in time I'll be registered never check time I'll be now support.
We Radix Frimpong kwanche for penny or da Department of Social Welfare and Community Development no was the municipality when out in Canada. Kasi we wuti o boss 93.7.